Hi everybody, Eric Swanson with DuraBurb here in Orange County, Central Florida, where we bring you, well, of course, Duramax powered GM SUVs. This video segment is on the H2 platform. It is the final video of the series that we have. This is the HD 4x4 variation of the DuraBurb powered Duramax H2. Now you may have seen other videos that we have where we have various configurations. There is the all-duty that retains the all-wheel drive front differential in the front. We have the medium duty where we stay with the 9.5-inch rear end and we incorporate a full locking front differential, which is great for four-wheeling. And then we have a heavy-duty version that comes in two different variations. We have the race mode, which you probably have seen on our videos. It is the black H2. That is a race truck. It is set up so that when it is engaged into four-wheel drive, it becomes a true all-wheel drive vehicle. It's kind of a hybrid all-wheel drive 4x4 vehicle, if you will. It keeps the all-wheel drive front differential, but has a full floater rear differential to be able to handle all the horsepower that's being sent to the back. This is a true 4x4. This actually carries all of the original hardware that would come underneath a Silverado or a Sierra 2500 HD. So what that means when we get up close and look at it, we'll notice that we have the fully four-linked 11.5-inch HD rear differential, and that being a G80 locker differential, it can plant all the horsepower and torque in the world that we could actually get out of the Duramax, which is a good thing because, well, this H2, it's no chump. It sports a 64mm turbo from the folks at Duramax Tuner. It has a Suncoast transmission, and it has been tuned by Duramax Tuner, so it makes 625 horsepower and just over 1,200 foot-pounds of torque. Now when you walk around the vehicle, you'll notice, short of the slight lift, this vehicle does have a 3-inch lift. It has the Fox shock kit and the Cognito control arms. But short of that, you'll notice there's no nomenclature. You would never know that this vehicle was a diesel less for the 5-inch stainless steel tip hanging out the back at the customer's request. So what you have here is a true 4x4 off-road vehicle that can go anywhere at any time, and it's doing it at 600 plus horsepower and over 1,200 foot-pounds of torque. Now, a lot of H2 owners get confused by the fact that they think that their vehicle is a 4x4, and in fact H2s are not. They are all-wheel drive, but this configuration is true 4x4. When we look underneath the hood, see that even in vehicles this performance oriented, everything still stays in a very simple and OEM type configuration. You will notice when you look around that everything is where it ought to be. Both the batteries are located in locations that are easily accessible. The overflow tank is in an appropriate place. You'll also notice that the engine compartment is clean. One thing you may take note of is the fact that it has electric fans. This is something that we started doing for the L-Type, for the people in the limousine service. Not just on the H2s, which you saw the L-Type H2, but we're also doing other variations like the Yukon, the Escalade for other limousine companies. The two electric fans work so well together, we actually have made this a standard feature for the H2. The advantage of the two electric fans is not just for the 7,000 CFM of cooling for the engine, but when we look back toward the front, the AC system it cools so much better. And it pulls a lot more air across the transmission oil cooler. The wonderful thing though, again, in looking under the hood though, is that it's very clean. Everything is where it belongs. It's a really nice, neat package. So that's the underhood of the HD. We retain the factory hood latch. Of course, you have to keep both twist locks they have here. What's really neat though is when we go behind the wheel and we strike the key, because as we love to say, you already said it, everything works. As you can see, everything comes up. All the gauges and functionality is exactly as you would expect to see. Oh, appears we're low on washer fluid, so all our alerts are working correctly. When we actually look into the dash, we can see our fuel filter life, we can see any of our other operations, our odometer, everything is there. The audio systems and everything function correctly. It just simply works. One of the nice features about DuraBurb H2s though is that we incorporate the manual portion of the Allison transmission. The Allison 6-speed gives you the ability to go into this, let's see if I get this right, there we go, into the manual mode. And you'll notice on the dash you get an indicator. So if you go back here and you press the plus or the minus button, you can control what is the maximum shift point that you want to allow, or if you want to downshift, you can control the downshift point. So you don't give up any functionality whatsoever in the transmission. Also, your tow haul button still remains here, and it's still functional, as you can see on the dash. So that stays. So everything works properly. The four-wheel drive system, as we mentioned, this is a true 4x4. It's not an all-wheel drive vehicle. What that means is when we lock this thing in four-wheel drive, it is a 4x4. Unlike the traditional H2s that are all-wheel drive. What's the advantage of that? Well, why don't we go take a quick little test drive and we'll show you. Now, is a 600 horsepower 4x4 H2 for everybody? Probably not. But for those of you who are looking for a Duramax H2, if you want to make that extra step into a true 4x4 as opposed to an all-wheel drive, this might be something you want to consider. If you're going off-road, this client does go off-road a lot, and he specifically requested that he wanted his H2 to go anywhere, anytime. So, let's go, I don't know, anywhere. We have back here a 15-degree descent that we can take. The only problem with that is that as we go down it, now we're going to have to make a 45-degree ascent up there. Work it. So, as you can see, a fully outfitted Duramax H2 can be a lot of fun to drive. So, if you're looking for a Duramax Suburban, maybe an H2, perhaps an Escalade, Denali, or Yukon. Why don't you give us a call here at DuraBurb, and we can help you find the right SUV for your application. My name is Eric. Thanks for coming for a test drive and watching our video. Have a wonderful day.